Next up, we have Abu Rahma Al-Amriki. Abu Rahma is an author, journalist, public speaker, and human rights activist. His first novel, The Operation, is being released on Amazon.com on January 12th, 2019, so make sure you look out for that.
Assalamu alaikum. Just a little disclaimer. Before her week, the publishing date actually changed, so it's actually already released. But the Kindle edition is being released January 12th, so if you have Kindle, look out for that. But yeah, just a little backstory on what I'm going to be reading. Basically, this book I wrote, it's called The Operation. It's about this guy, Ahmed, who's recruited by the CIA to carry out an operation against the leader of a terror group in the Middle East. But one of the things I do want to point out before I get started, though, is I don't know where Juba Jones went, but it's funny he mentioned autism. I actually have autism, and subhanAllah, I actually dedicated this book to my wife, and subhanAllah, if she's watching, because someone's recording for her for that very reason, but if she's watching, I just want to say I'm happy with my wife, because she has not only she supported me in everything I do. She's not only supported me in everything I do, but she's been trying so hard, because she's Indonesian, and in Indonesia, autism is kind of a stigma. It's a taboo subject, and no, hardly anyone understands it, but she's been trying so hard to understand it, and I cannot thank her enough for that. So, mad props to you, baby. But anyway, let's get started. So just a little bit of a backstory on this particular passage. Basically, what happens in this story is that, and this is just a fair warning. There's gonna be a little spoiler here, so if you don't want to hear the spoiler, might as well leave now and buy the book. But basically, what happens here and why it's relevant to this topic of the open mic today is because this guy, Ahmed, in the book. He's had a troubled past, and he's trying to get his life together, and he doesn't really want to be the guy who kills anybody. But now he's got no choice, because it's for the greater good to eliminate the leader of Daesh. So without further ado, let's get started. Ali was out cold now. Ahmed knew Al-Kuwaiti and his men probably heard the shots being fired, and he had to stop that missile from being launched. Thinking quickly, he ran downstairs. Surprisingly, Al-Kuwaiti and the two men who were with him were still there. Al-Kuwaiti's man was frantically typing on the computer screen. Ahmed grabbed the chair and ran toward them with it. "Out of my way, scumbags," he yelled, and he swung the chair, hitting all three of them at once. They fell to the ground unconscious. Ahmed then took over the computer. He realized the missile launch countdown was already starting. They only had 30 seconds before the launch began. Not enough time to shut the computer down. Just then, his recruiter, Agent Sanchez, ran into the room. "What's going on?" cried Agent Sanchez. "I can't stop the missile from launching," said Ahmed, focusing on the computer, "but I think I can change the coordinates of the target." Agent Sanchez looked at the screen. "Where are you sending the missile to?" Ahmed smiled. "Right here." The launch site was several miles away, but the missile launch was heard by over half the population of Raqqa. As soon as the missile launched, Ahmed grabbed the microphone for the workers' intercom system, while Agent Sanchez sounded the air raid alarm. Agent Sanchez sounded the air raid alarm. Speaking in Arabic, Ahmed addressed the people at the construction site. "Attention, evacuate now. There's a missile headed this way." Within seconds, several guards and all the workers were running for their lives off the construction property. Agent Sanchez and Ahmed were the last ones to leave. Meanwhile, Hussein al-Kuwaiti, the most feared man in the world, and the other two men who were with him were just regaining consciousness. But it was too late. Thank you.